today has been fairly weird for me. Apparently I have to get glasses now. But other than that, it is Wednesday, my dudes. I'm starting a new tradition. Every Wednesday, we explain a funny school story. It can be any school day at all. No, I'm gonna start. So, it was School Spirit Day. We got to wear a hat. It could be any hat at all, as long as it wasn't inappropriate or racist. So I decided to wear my Soviet Ushanka. I walked into the gym where we would sit for a while until we were called to class or homeroom. And before I sat with my friend Bobby and my other friend. I forgot her name. I'm sorry if you're watching this. And then my other friend, she gave me the Best Hat Award, which I'm proud of, obviously, or were proud of. Yeah, and then after that, I headed to class, and everyone, I repeat, everyone was staring at me. And, like, I spoke in a Russian accent. I was like, "What are you comrades looking at? I'm just wearing my hat, our hat." And then my friend Briston, he tried to take it, and then I was like, "No, or yet." Then after that, I headed to ELA. I also got a lot of the attention. I also got a lot of compliments from my teachers. There were actually 3 adults in there. I got compliments from almost all. Well, I got compliments from 2 out of 3 of them. Then after that, I headed to social studies. I didn't receive a compliment from my teacher, Mr. Malik, but although he's still a really cool guy. And after that, headed back to ELA, did my stuff. And after that, I headed to art. There was a substitute there, I think. But me and my friend Brayden talked for a while. And then after that, I headed to lunch, and that's where all the crap began, guys. So, like, the teachers were glaring at me. Everyone was looking at me like I was a commie. Which I'm not. I'm nationalist. Okay, yeah. And after that, like, one of the teachers specifically walked up to me and said, "Ooh, like, what a nice hat you have." And then her mind was probably like, "She's a communist, don't do that." And then I was like, my mind was like, "Okay, just telling you guys I'm not a communist." And then after that, like, my friend Teddy, he started looking at me with, like, weird stuff. He had, like, his cowboy hat on, all that stuff. Then after that, I headed to math class, which is the most boring thing in existence, I have to say. And after math class, I headed to science, also kind of boring, but although the teacher, Miss Wright, she's pretty nice. And then I also received a lot of compliments. Then I headed to my favorite class, French class. Oh, Mr. Samsung. We often call him Mr. Samsung. We did our stuff. And then after that, I headed to the bus. Everyone's like, one person was like, "Why is she wearing a communist hat?" And then they were like asking me, like, "Are you really Russian?" And then I said, like, "Yes." And then after that, I headed home. I got my communist drip on, and then after that, everything was fine. That's basically it. I'm looking forward to next Wednesday explaining a funny school story.